you could order the phone, I have to look at the calendar, on the 17th, for delivery on the 24th. That's probable. If you need a new phone, it's a good time to wait and find out. New watch, I bet you not. I bet you October, November, because of chip shortages and various manufacturing difficulties. Then there's a bunch of question mark stuff now. Will they announce new AirPods? Probably. The AirPod 3, a little bit shorter stem, Companies, and Apple's in this boat now, pretty much. Apple for a while, innovated like crazy. Every year it was like, what are they going to do now? But, there's only so much you can do. Unless they do a folding phone or something, there's not much new under the sun. So, this is the thinnest, fastest, bestest iPhone we've ever made. Then all it's about, getting you back into the store. Buy some more. It's good for us. Buy some more stuff. They also possibly, see, the California streaming makes me think maybe there's an Apple TV in there or something. I don't see a new Apple TV. And so I just saw a rumor that said, that's when they're going to announce new laptops. Maybe. Again, never a good idea to buy anything with an Apple brand on it until after the event. We're so close. Can you wait 2 days? Yes, you can. So Tuesday you'll find out 3 days. Probably they'll announce just the phone, watch, and maybe AirPods, and save the laptop for next month. Maybe iPads, but probably for next month. iOS 15, yes. As you probably heard, they backed down on their plans to add scanning software to your phone that would look for child porn. They a lot of heat from that. People said, stay off our phones. So they said, we're gonna think about it. We're gonna put it on pause. Now, one thing Apple is going to have to do, the judge has ruled in the Apple versus Epic case. And this is interesting, this ruling. It's interesting. Apple declares victory. Epic acted like they lost. Fortnite will not come back to the App Store yet. But Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers did do something that I think could send shockwaves throughout the universe. Last week, South Korea passed a law that said Apple had to let application developers use other payment methods besides just Apple. Apple insists that an app, this is what got Fortnite in trouble, that an app has to go through the Apple payment system, and we're going to take 30%. Thank you very much. There's some exceptions to that. Like Apple's, in hoping that nobody yells at them, has been adding more exceptions all along. For the last few months, lots of exceptions. But still, fundamentally, for most developers, 30% goes to Apple. You get the luxury of keep having your Apple in the store, using their payment system. There's some benefits. Epic didn't like that. Epic said, no, we want them to buy our special Epic tokens from us directly. Apple said, no, you don't. Pulled them off the store. Epic sued. And now the order has been issued. Kind of I would say, Apple's saying it's a victory. They did not get declared a monopoly. That was good for them. They don't have to pay Epic's court costs. Each party pays its own court costs. They do have to pay Epic some money, not a lot. But here's the interesting thing. The judge said, and by the way, one more thing, Apple. You're going to have to allow apps, and it's unclear what this will mean exactly, to have links or calls to action that direct customers to purchasing mechanisms in addition to Apple's. Kind of what Epic wanted. It's unclear, and Apple says, we got to meet with the judge and find out what this means. It won't go into effect till December 9th, unless the higher court, Apple I'm sure will appeal, so that may be good. Apple says, we'll meet with the judge and find out what that means. Does that mean that an app store can have a link? Well, for sure it means an app store can say, hey, don't pay for Netflix in the app, because we're going to lose 30%. Go to our website. Click this link to go to our website and buy it there. Okay, that's good. I think a lot of people want that. Amazon's Kindle app and say, don't, you want to buy this book? You can now. Go click this link and don't go to the store. Some interpret it, though, as buy it right now in the store using Amazon's payment system, just as it works, by the way, on other devices, but not on Apple's devices. That would be interesting. Analysts say it's unclear how much this is going to cost Apple, certainly billions a year. Although, think about it, I mean, if you're an Apple iPhone user, probably you're going to just do the easy thing and buy it on Apple Pay because, it's fast and it's easy. So I think a lot of people will go that route. So I don't know if Apple will lose a lot of money, but that's kind of an interesting thing. It's funny that Apple's declaring victory and Epic's declaring, oh man, the judge blew it. But I think there's some room for movement here, which is very interesting, and I'm sure Apple's not thrilled about that. So those are the two big stories, Apple stories this week. There's more to talk about, and certainly we will do that with you. Our phone number, if you want to call and ask a question, make a comment, get some help. I am, after all, your tech guy. 8888 Ask Leo. 888-827-5536. Toll free from anywhere in the U.S. or Canada. 8888 Ask Leo. Just for your information, there is a website where the show notes go. Everything I talk about, any links I mention, we'll put links to those Apple stories, for instance. Those go to the website techguylabs.com. Thanks to James DeRuvo, our scribe. Just look for, it should be right on the front page, but if you're hearing this later, because I know the show gets aired at various times, episode 1827. 1800. Yes, we've done a lot of shows. 1827. You do 2 shows a week for 14 years, it starts to add up. 1827. And each show is divided into hours, 1, 2, 3, each hour into segments, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you go right to the part you're most interested in. And that's free, by the way. I know a lot of other people say, oh yeah, and you can subscribe to our website for more information. No, I don't want your money. We have fine sponsors who make sure that I don't need your money. Thank you very much. So it's open to all, free. It's just considered kind of a resource, a library, if you will, of information. We'll go to the phones in a bit. 8888 Ask Leo is the phone number. 888-827-5536. Our show today brought to you, as it always is, by Remote PC. Really interesting. Google, Apple, a lot of companies now saying, oh, wait a minute, you can still work from home. Never mind. Still work from home. It's safer. Companies are finding out it works great. If you're in the great position of being able to work from home, you're going to love Remote PC. A lot of companies use it for that reason. You put it on your computer at work. It's very nice because it'll work on a Mac or a PC. So you put it on your computer at work, then you go home, and then using a Mac or a PC, doesn't matter, or even an iOS or Android device, you log in and there's your stuff, everything you want. You can download files, upload files, run any program, access the company network. We have lots of people, if you go to the Remote PC website, who say, we love it. Cherry, she works in healthcare, says, I love that I'm able to access my laptop from anywhere using Remote PC. The installation was very quick, super straightforward. It's very easy to set up and always on connection with a guided installer. Hey, I'm glad you like it, Cherry. You'll like it too. $7 a month gives you 10 computers, but I've got a better deal. Right now, run on over to remotepc.com. Use my name, Leo. You'll get 90% off for your whole first year. That's amazing. That's pennies a month. They're practically giving it away. Remotepc.com. Use my name, Leo. 90% off for your first year. This is KFI AM 640.
And live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. President Biden is visiting 3 memorial sites in honor of the 20th anniversary of the September 11th terror attack. Nearly 3,000 people were killed in the attacks on this day in 2001. LAPD Chief Moore says there have been 23% more police pursuits this year than last year. Another murder hornet nest has been found in the state of Washington. The State Department of Agriculture says the second nest was found just miles away from where the first one was discovered a few weeks ago. Issues in Mid-City.
That's on the 10 westbound at Fairfax Avenue. It's a wreck that has the left lane blocked, causing heavy delays from Western Avenue. Downtown LA on the 110 northbound, just before 6th Street, there's a crash that has the right lane blocked. It's a stop and go right from Slauson. And if you're in Culver City on the 405 northbound at the 90, a crash there has the right lane blocked, so you're slowly crawling from Manchester Boulevard. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno. Contractor license 1047-781.
In the air conditioner marathon, you run till you drop. You can't fix it by just unplugging it and plugging it in again. Your AC is working its heart out for you. Your AC needs some TLC. Tender love and care. It needs a gentle rejuvenation. Rejuvenation. We're going to bring that air conditioner back to life. Gentle will bring 6 critical systems back to factory specs and wash those outside coals the right way, not the easy way. Your home will feel cooler, but your AC will be working a lot less hard and using a lot less energy. It only costs $129. What only costs $129? Rejuvenation. Rejuvenation. If your rejuvenated system breaks down before the end of the year, I'm going to give you $500 off a new 5-star system. Go! Chewy TTL. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
At In-N-Out, we're honored to have been the go-to for so many for over 70 years. Whether after the game, on the road, or just because it's Saturday, your burger, fries, and shake are always going to be exactly as imagined. Even occasions like right now. See you soon.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. The first step toward your new kitchen should be a free consult with my friends at The Kitchen Store. More than 50 years and still, The Kitchen Store is the place for kitchen cabinets. Dial 310-KITCHEN or go to 310kitchen.com.
We did a blind taste test, and every single time I picked Kettle One. It is my go-to vodka now because it actually has a lovely flavor base to it. I encourage you to experiment. I try and do it to put myself into textures and flavors that maybe I'm less familiar with, and I encourage you to do the same.
The Fork Report with Neil Saveda this afternoon at 2 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
What's that?
Oh, I love this. It's the official theme song now for Kim Shepard, the phone angel who answers your calls when you call in.
Officially for today.
I love it because Lady Laura picks a new one every week, every day, so it's fun.
Variety is the spice of
I haven't
life.
heard that in so long. Hotline. Do you remember that, or is that before your time?
Oh, that was a little bit before my time, I believe.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting.
Not so much, but
I think about what era 80s 90s covered for you is like the magic decade for your music,
yeah, the
right?
90s I would have been in high school, so
Yeah.
I probably remember it a little bit more than 80s, but I like
So let's
80s
say
also.
25 years ago.
Okay.
So when I was a teenager, songs that were 25 years old were from like 1948.
Can you name
It's
one?
like big band music.
Yeah.
So oldies, it's funny how oldies, what is an oldie? Anything that's 20 years older or older?
Yeah, it's funny. I worked at an oldies station, and when I started working there in the late 90s, it was like 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
By the time
Now it's
the
2000s,
station went away, it
right?
was definitely into the 80s.
Yeah. So that song, Hotline, was from 1976.
Oh, it only predates me by a few years.
So,
Not many.
gosh, that's like 40 years ago, 45 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy. A 45-year-old song when I was a kid was from the 20s. I don't know if that
You don't want to think about
I
that.
don't want to think about that. Who should I talk to first?
Let's go to, well, he used to be Fast Eddie, but he told me he's now Slow Eddie.
Slow Eddie.
In Detroit.
He's-
Detroit.
Must have bought one of those Intel PCs. I don't know. Hello, Slow Eddie. Leo Laporte, the tech guy. Thank you, Kim.
Leo. I love your show,
Thank you, sir.
and I love Kim.
Isn't she great?
She needs her own show or a big portion of yours.
I know. We should be. I'm thinking about bringing in some more voices. We turn this into the Tech Guy Zoo. And have,
Ooh.
yeah, I think we should have some more voices. And then I'll get a bell and a horn and
Give me.
Let's not go to Bulldog on the old Fraser Crane show.
Yeah, kind of like that. Exactly.
No.
That's old school, let me tell you. Hey, what can I do for you, slow? Why are you slow all of a sudden?
Because I'm old.
Oh, yeah, well,
I used to be fast at it, but
now you're slow.
I can't run fast anymore. So if Kim was chasing me, I'd have to let her catch me.
In your dreams, my friend. What can I do? What can I do for you?
I have an old iPad mini that was transferred to me by a friend through Apple and all that stuff, legally mine.
Yep.
And since I've had the thing, apparently there was an email that I lost track of set up as my Apple password. But when you log in, you just have to use your regular password, and it says Apple password, and then gives you an option for later. And I never put the
Because you don't know what it is, so you just say, yeah, later, man.
for years, maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. And gone to the Apple store, called Apple and everything else, and they said you're screwed without the password, without the, we can't help you.
So you have to go to I forgot.
I go to hell,
Go to iforgot.apple.com. So Apple's a little bit of a dictatorship, I have to say.
A little bit?
And it's very much Apple's way or the highway. The reason they started doing this is to prevent theft, right? So if somebody if you'd stolen that mini or your friend forgot to release it, you wouldn't have been able to activate it. But it really is
in my name. So, but they say that doesn't make any difference.
No, you have a password. They just don't know it. They can't tell you what it is. So you made the password, obviously, right? At some
No, it was the password that I have to get into it.
Yeah. So this is very common confusion. There's a login or a 6-digit code or 4-digit code. That's not
That's the one I use.
Yeah, that unlocks it. But you also have an Apple account. By the way, this is true of Windows as well. You have a Microsoft account in that case. You have an Apple account. And Apple, in order to prevent theft, has now made your device very much tied to that Apple account. So you've been able to say later because you don't need any of the features. Has it stopped letting you use it? I mean, has something gone wrong?
Yeah, it just locked up and it says, I have to enter my Apple password.
You can't say later forever, I guess.
No.
So this just really underscores the fact that you don't own that iPad. They own it. Isn't that annoying? Yeah, well, you do own it. No, of course you own it. So if you forget your Apple login...
Possession, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, possession 0/10 of the law when it comes to electronics, I guess. So go to the website, and you can do it on another computer. I forgot.
Just go to...
Yeah, I forgot.
Well,
.apple.com.
trying to find something to write on here. Hey, just bear with me a second.
See if you can remember this. I forgot.apple.com. And then you'll need to enter in your Apple ID.
Just the letter I. I forgot what?
.apple.com.
I forgot.
.apple.com. It's a website that Apple set up for people who forgot their password. It is a little annoying. Microsoft's moved in this direction too. Windows 11 will require you to set up a Microsoft account to use it. And I don't like it. But Apple and Microsoft get to decide, don't they? Leo Laporte beat that back. Leo Laporte, the tech guy on KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. KFI News, right around the corner. KFI News on the hour, on the half, and when it breaks.
I'm Claudette Stefani, and live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The nation is honoring the 20th anniversary of the terror attacks on September 11th. President Biden says the commemorations bring everything painfully back, no matter how much time has passed.
But it's so hard, whether it's the first year or the 20th. Children have grown up without parents, and parents have suffered without children. Husbands and wives have had to find ways forward without their partners in their life.
The President and First Lady will visit all three memorials today to mark the anniversary. LA County Health Director Barbara Ferrer says 100% of COVID-19 cases in the county are the Delta variant.
Fully vaccinated people are well protected from severe infections with Delta variants. It's now clear that fully vaccinated people can become infected, and if infected with Delta, they infect others.
Ferrer says cases per 100,000 people are down 50% from mid-August. Despite the drop, Ferrer says the CDC has still classified the transmission of the virus in LA County as high. Police pursuits in LA are up 23%.
Last year, there were 484 chases. By the end of this fiscal year, it was 597. LAPD Chief Moore says auto thefts are one of the reasons for the pursuits, as well as shootings.
Many times with individuals that are in vehicles and are shooting from car to car or shooting from a car to a person standing on the street.
Moore says officers who are nearby or are dispatched to the area try to do a traffic stop for these types of incidents, but the drivers take off, resulting in a chase. He says shootings over the last couple of years have gone up 45%. Steve Gregory, Kfi News.
The fire burning in El Dorado County has burned nearly 220,000 acres. The fire is now 60% surrounded. More than 1,000 structures have been destroyed by the fire. Highways 50, 88, and 89 are still closed. A look at the 110.
That's northbound at the 10 in South LA. It's a stalled car stuck in the middle lane, so it's a heavy ride from Gage Avenue. If you're traveling in Culver City on the 405 northbound at the 90, watch out for a stalled car in the right lane. You're slowly crawling from Manchester. And in Mid-City, some good news on the 10 westbound at Fairfax. An earlier wreck in the left lane has been moved over to the right shoulder. You'll see traffic recovering from Normandy. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
Southland weather from KFI. Sunny for today. Highs in the 70s. At the beaches, mid-80s to mid-90s. Inland, we'll see this for the valleys, the Inland OC, and the IE. And temperatures are expected to stay pretty steady in the 70s and 80s. And we'll see that for most of the week. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Claudette Stefani.
This report is sponsored by Baker Electric Home Energy. Baker's Zero Excuses Air Conditioning Summer Sale ends soon. Stay comfortable with zero down, zero interest, and zero payments on new systems, service, and repairs until 2023. Visit BakerHomeEnergy.com for details.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save for details.
Let's get to know KFI's Employee of the Month, Mo Kelly.
Favorite food? Pizza. When I die, I'll probably miss pizza, and maybe French toast is probably very close second.
Congratulations to Mo Kelly, KFI September 2021 Employee of the Month. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk.
There is much more to this man's trick, my friend. The shofar blowing, home theater reviewing. Scott Wilkinson, home theater geek, is here from techhive.com. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Leo.
How did the shofar blow go?
Oh, it went great. I got 31 seconds on my long blast.
But who's counting? Well,
not my best, not my personal best, but still not bad.
I think it's hysterical.
Anything over 30 is fine with me.
But the kids are timing you.
They are. The kids are timing me.
Mm-hmm. So, big event in the home theater world is coming up this week.
Oh, yeah. And I'm looking forward to it, because they didn't do it last year because of the pandemic.
No.
And this year's a little different, too, but it's different in some really good ways, too. It's the Value Electronics TV Shootout.
Ooh, yeah.
Which Value Electronics is a retailer in Scarsdale, New York. Robert Zone is the owner of the store, and for the last 17 years, ever since 2004, he has held an annual shootout where he takes the flagship TVs, the best TVs from all the major, many of the major companies, LG, Sony, Samsung, and so on, and he puts them right up next to each other in a blacked out room, feeds them all the same signal through a nice distribution system, and then he has people look at the signal, look at the image, and judge them based on various criteria, like color accuracy, black level, shadow detail, and so on. And he then averages all the scores of the judges and declares the king of TV.
Is it pretty? Now, this doesn't necessarily seem like the perfect methodology. They're not using devices, they're just using their eyeballs.
That's true. Although all the TVs are fully calibrated with devices.
Okay.
So they're on a level playing field.
They're doing their best.
They're doing their best. They have calibrated them all to the industry standards that we all calibrate TVs to.
Now, the last time they did this in 2019, you hosted it.
I did. And they asked me to host it again this year, but it's right in the middle of the Jewish high holidays, and I'm involved in those, and I couldn't fly to New York to do this at this particular time. Plus, I'm not quite ready to get on a 5-hour plane flight.
So,
I'm just not.
Do you think this methodology is good? I mean, it carries a huge amount of weight. When somebody asks me what's the best TV, I invariably say, well, according to the Value TV Shootout, this is the best TV.
Yep.
Although they're all pretty close, aren't they?
And they're getting closer year by year. Last year, I was amazed at how close the judging was.
Yeah.
How the scoring. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's very close this year as well.
It's not. Is it every? I mean, you couldn't have every TV.
No. It's only the flagship models.
Flagship models of the big manufacturers. You're not going to see Best Buy's Insignia TV.
No.
Because they wouldn't even want to do it. But you're going to see Sony. You're going to see LG. You're going to see Samsung, Sharp.
Yeah.
Sharp?
Well, Sharp not so much because they don't sell too many TVs in the U.S. anymore.
Yeah.
This year, I want to tell you, this year they're actually doing 3 different shootouts. It's the first time ever.
Oh.
They're doing 4K TVs, and they're also doing 8K TVs.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting, and even more interesting. Once they crown the king of 4K and the king of 8K, they're going to then put those 2 winners next to each other.
Wow.
And see how much difference, if any, how much better, if any, the 8K is compared to the 4K.
That'll be
while looking at the same content.
Yeah.
4K content that's upscaled for the 8K TV and native 8K content that's downscaled for the 4K TV, and they're going to look at them and see if they can see how much difference there is. Yeah, it's a very complicated setup. But the end result is pretty easy. You're just going to look at these 2 TVs. The infrastructure is all set up, and I think it's very well done.
So, are the low end or less expensive, we like TCL. Is TCL going to be there?
No. He's really looking at the top end. He wants to know what is the best TV you can buy.
Hisense is going to be there.
Now, Hisense is going to be there this time in the 4K TV category because they have a new technology called dual cell.
Yeah.
And what that is we've talked about it on the show a couple times before. You have an LCD TV with a regular LCD panel, 4K, and then behind it, you have another LCD panel that's only black and white. It only brightens or darkens. It's basically a super full array local dimming. And according to preliminary results, it looks really good. It gets a great black level, great contrast. So, we'll see how it fares against OLEDs and Samsung's QLED, quantum dot LED.
That's kind of interesting because there's LG and Sony in the 4K have OLEDs.
And Samsung. Yeah, correct.
Samsung's a QLED.
Correct.
And then Hisense is a dual cell LCD. And then in the 8K, there's only one OLED. That's LG's.
That's right. And it's $20,000.
Jeez.
And the other 2 are LEDs, and they're in the $6,000 range.
Won't OLED automatically just win?
Well, if you value contrast over brightness, yes, it will.
So this depends a little bit on the journalists who are doing or the experts who are doing
And the judges are experts. I mean, they're directors of photography and compressionists, you know, people who look at video images for their profession.
It is a small set of TVs. It's not a... But is it like everybody else, we know you're not going to be as good, so forget it?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
right.
Holy cow.
That's right.
That's got to
I want to mention, I got to mention there's a third showdown this year of UST projectors, ultra short throw projectors.
Oh, I have one of those.
You have one of those.
I
and
love
in fact, Hisense is one of the entries.
That's the one I have, yeah. But I have an older one. I have the
You have an older one. This is the new one.
Yeah.
Hisense.
Well, the
LG,
price has
and
dropped a lot on these.
And you know, look at that.
It's half what I paid for my Hisense. That's ridiculous.
Right. $5,000 to $5,500. You paid closer to 10 grand.
10. Yep. It does include a screen.
It does.
Kind of has to.
And the Hisense here does as well.
Yeah. Wow.
But the other two don't. Now what about the screen? They're going. Robert Zone and Value Electronics has made a deal with Draper. They're going to put together 3 identical screens for these 3.
So even the Hisense won't be using its own screen. It'll be
correct. It'll be using the same screen as everybody else, again to make a level playing field.
Yeah, well, that's not really level because you wouldn't be using the Draper. If you buy the Hisense, you'll be using the Hisense screen.
That is true. So it's not perfect.
No, and that's a point to be made. This stuff is really hard and fairly subjective. It's not, it's really these experts looking at it saying, well, I like how that looks.
Well, and that's why he gets like, I don't know how many, 8 or 10 experts,
right,
and then averages their score.
Is there generally a consensus like everybody says, yeah, the LG was the best out of obvious?
Well, there generally is. It's not 100%.
Yeah.
But I think the averaging of many scores does help, even out the result. So I think the result of this event is very good.
It carries weight. It really does.
It carries weight, and I think it's done very well.
Yeah.
I applaud Robert Zone for all the work he puts into it to make it fair and equitable.
If you want to get the details, it's coming up. Starts tomorrow and Monday.
Tomorrow and Monday. That's
and
all day long. You can stream it. You can live stream it.
You can watch it, which is really cool. Probably looks like watching paint dry, but still,
a little bit.
Go to
this sort of thing.
Techonic.com. Scott's got an article on the Value Electronics TV shootout. And then next week,
for the live stream.
You'll tell us the king of TVs next week, yes?
I sure will. Yes, I will.
Thank you, Scott. Leo Laporte. You're listening to KFI AM 640. You keep it right here for more tech.
From the KFI 24-hour newsroom, the United States is marking the 20th anniversary of the September 11th terror attack with commemorations across the country. The Kaiser Hospital building on Sunset Boulevard in LA has been damaged by fire. The fire started around 12:20 this morning on the 7th floor of the hospital. West Hollywood has announced an executive order that says most businesses will need to have people 18 and over to prove that they're fully vaccinated before they can enter indoor spaces. Let's go ahead and check in on some traffic trouble on the 405.
That's in Culver City heading north down at the 90th. A stalled car that's stuck in the right lane, so it's a busy ride from Century Boulevard. Some good news in downtown LA on the 110 northbound just before 6th Street. In earlier wreck there that was in the right lane is off the freeway now. Traffic is recovering from the 10. And in Costa Mesa on the 55 northbound, a work zone there has the carpool and left lane closed off until 1 p.m. That's in between Baker Street and Dyer Road. Traffic is backed up from the 73. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
Contractor license 1047-781. Imagine running a marathon in the desert in the summer. And this marathon doesn't have a finish line. In this marathon, you run till you drop. It's called the Air Conditioner Marathon. In places like Minneapolis or Portland, or any of them other places where it don't get real hot, air conditioners can last 20 years or more. But down here, where birds burst into flames in midair and fall down fully roasted from the skies, Zach. Yep, what are you doing? I'm helping people understand this ain't important. Here in the desert, air conditioners last about 11 years. But you don't have to spend money on a snowblower, or salt for that icy sidewalk, or windshield de-icer for your car. Zach, I don't think they need any of those things in Portland. Did I say Portland? I meant to say Minneapolis. A new AC from Kettle will keep your home cooler and use a lot less energy. So if you think your AC might be about ready to go to air conditioner heaven, call Kettle. Kfi Am will keep you cool, but it's hard to sell.
Baker's Zero Excuses Air Conditioning Summer Sale ends soon. Stay comfortable with zero down, zero interest, and zero payments on new systems, service, and repairs until 2023. Visit BakerHomeEnergy.com for details.
Radio advertising can connect your business with holiday shoppers wherever they go. Use iHeart Ad Builder to create an affordable custom radio ad right on your phone. Just click, listen, approve, and hear it on the radio. Create your customized ad today at iHeartAdBuilder.com. It's the word mattress stores can't stop shouting every Labor Day holiday. Sale! Sale!
Right, Dad. Every mattress store advertises their huge Labor Day sale, but only Sit and Sleep has technology that actually helps you choose the right one.
Because only Sit and Sleep has that match technology that scientifically recommends the level of support that's right for you.
So why look for a low price on the wrong mattress when you can get the lowest prices of the year on the right one during Sit and Sleep's Labor Day sale?
Save 50% off select mattresses from Steelers, Uterus, and Kingstown. And with your good credit, pay 0% financing for 36 months on purchases of $19.99 and above with 10% down and your minimum monthly payment.
Plus, save $700 on temporary adjustable sets. Inside bedroom Casper, Nectar, and Highway Infinity all on sale. So this Labor Day, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
And forget all those mattress stores screaming, sale, sale!
Since when don't you like screaming them?
Very funny, Drew.
I specialize in the science of love, but there's a dark side to our intimate relationship, stalking, and sexual assault. How does it evolve in our species? And what can we do to get rid of it?
Dr. Wade Walsh, tomorrow in 4, taking advice from Yes Facility, or Stimulating Talk.